Hello, my name is Elizabeth Azak, and this is my senior sage. There's always a lot of talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone, and as those of you who have had French with me in the past know, I'm terrified of doing presentations. In giving this speech today, I'm way outside of my comfort zone, so if I seem nervous, it's because I am. When I sat down to write this, I didn't really know what direction to go. Do I talk about myself? Thank Shady Side for an amazing high school experience? Preach? I decided to go with a different approach. I asked myself, what message did I need to hear as a freshman? Recalling the senior sages I have heard in the past, I realized that the better ones had a couple significant points that were discussed in depth. My main message today is simply this: be kind, because nothing will make you happier. I chose it because during my years of high school, I realized that out of all the different things I can become in life, happy is the one I want most. There are infinitely many ways to go about doing this, but I only want to talk about two of them. First, you should be kind to yourself. Whenever you're about to take off on an airplane and you watch that safety video, they always tell you put on your own oxygen mask before you assist someone else with theirs. I think kindness works that way too, in that in order to be good to others, you have to start with yourself. So, be nice to yourself. It's easier said than done, I know. This is an area of my life that I personally have struggled with greatly. We're teenagers, and we are notorious for our low self-esteem. It is so easy to say to yourself, after taking a hard test that you didn't feel prepared for, I'm an idiot, I'm not getting into college. Or after eating a huge slice of cake, I'm fat. This is something I've always done, and yeah, I still do it. However, one day I started thinking, do I deserve this? We're our own harshest critics, and the way we perceive ourselves can be much more negative than the reality. I think this can be especially difficult at a place like Shady Side, because everyone here seems to be so perfect, and we compare ourselves to the people around us. I know there have been many times over my high school life when I have felt insignificant or just mediocre because I was surrounded by such intelligent, talented people. A classic example of how we do not give ourselves enough credit here is the countless number of conversations I have had with my friends about grades, and they say that they are struggle busing. But then final grades come out, and these same friends end up with straight A's, or close to it. So either all of their teachers messed up their grade calculations, unlikely, or my friends are just being too hard on themselves. Also, I realized that my self-criticism accomplished nothing. It's like the end of Mean Girls when Katie Heron has her breakthrough at the math competition and discovers that calling someone else fat won't make you skinny. Constantly beating yourself up over the past or about who you are right now doesn't change the situation. Really, it's just a waste of neurons. So lighten up. Life's hard enough without someone being mean to you all the time, especially when the person being mean to you is yourself. When you're not focused on your faults, it frees your mind so that it's easier to focus on other things, like enjoying your life, which will definitely make you a happier person. The other side of this whole kindness thing is being good to others. I can really sum this all up by saying, treat other people as best as you know how. This is hard. I'd say equally as challenging as being kind to yourself. Also, by no means do I want to imply that I'm nice all the time. I'm not. But I don't think there is anything more fulfilling in the world than feeling truly good about the way you treat others. One time last year, amidst the blur of stress that was the middle of my junior year, I was driving home with my dad, and I was telling him about everything I was stressed about. I was growing more anxious as I continued on my rant, probably about how I was drowning in calc homework I didn't know how to do, until he interrupted me with a simple question. Well, were you nice to people today? He asked. I was caught off guard, so he continued. I don't care if your GPA is a 4.0 or a 1.2, or if you get into an Ivy League school or not. As long as you're kind to others, I'll be proud of you, because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. This really put things into perspective for me. I count my dad as one of the most successful people I know, not because of his degrees or his job, but because he's happy, and at that moment I realized why. Because he strives to be a good person every day. I'm not suggesting that you become a saint or anything. I know it is cliche, but it really is little things, like holding the door for someone with an armload of books, letting someone burn onto the road in front of you, smiling at the people you pass in the hallway, or even asking someone how their day is going. I can't give a significant scientific reason why, but things like those, for some reason, make you feel better about yourself as a person. In making someone else's life better, you improve your own. Fortunately, I have lots of inspiration in how to do this, from Mr. S, who cheerfully greets everyone he sees, bringing just a little more joy to all of our days, to my best friend, who has taught me to be less judgmental because you never know what the people you encounter are going through. Like I've been saying throughout this speech, I'm nowhere near close to being the kindest person I can be. But those moments when I really get it right, those times when I truly feel good about how I've treated other people on any given day, those are the moments when I feel best about myself. And in turn, I'm at my happiness. So in summary, if you want to be happy, my advice to you is to focus your energy on becoming kinder towards both yourself and others. Thank you.